You join us today at Summit Point once again. This time we're on the full track. Yeah, that's right. Last time we're on the Jefferson race course layout. This time we're back in Formula V and we're on the full long layout. It's more fun for sure than the Summit Point, the short Jefferson layout. And well, it's still quite tricky in some points, as we'll see later on. It's lights out and I get a brilliant start as we head off for 12 minutes around this quite interesting, quite fun little track. Very fun in this car. Of course, this car being a H-shifter, as I back off early for turn 1. Don't want to get caught up in turn 1 shenanigans as I go slightly around the outside. Little tap on the car in front brings us to 4 instant points already. Nothing too major, shouldn't be a big deal. Just got to keep it clean for the rest of the race and try and make up a few more positions. Around this left-hander, it's flat out, that left-hander. Very fun. And well, a lot of corners are flat out once you get a few laps in the tyres. Into this next left-hander, that was one of my prime overtaking spots. And well, you'll see next week that that corner was also infamous in this session for me. Anyway, car in front, he's had a bad run through that last sector, and I've caught up a whole lot. I'm now very well within his slipstream, and you'll see me try my ever so best to overtake him. Looking down the inside, of course, not going to go for it, and it's here that I decide actually that last corner is solidly flat out. I thought it was a little lift off the throttle to go through the lap 1. Actually, it turns out that in the race, the added temperature that the race air had means that it's actually flat out every lap. That was brilliant. So around the outside we go, and well, look at that. Everyone trying to get into the air. No idea what was going on. The car on the inside just decided not to turn. And that sent not one car, but 2 cars, including himself, going airborne ever so slightly. As we skip a lap later, there's another incident ahead, a driver spinning out. And well, just cutting up a little bit later in the lap, and you see me going very, very skittish sideways and spinning out at that corner, waiting for the track to become clear before I turn it around. And that is not what you want. Up to 10 instant points now, 11 instant points as I go off already as well. Again, wasn't notable enough to be shown. It's 1 lap left of the race, and well, we'll show you a little lap around the track, shall we? It's a very long run up to turn 1. Nothing wrong with that, but it does get quite boring if, as you can see, like me now, you are alone. Short shift down into turn 1, money shifting very effective in this car, and pay little attention currently to the driver behind. This little run here, it's also a little bit boring if you're bored from the previous run. Now you start to pay attention to the flat left-hander, the car behind. He's going to be paying close attention to our slipstream, our car positioning. Through this right-hander, I'm staying on the outside for him. Braking early, and well, the car in front, he's getting all over the place. I fakie down the inside, and that's done exactly what I want. He's taken the bait, hook, line and sinker, and he's gone wide, giving us the position once more. Just a few more corners now of this first race. Ultimately in this video we will have 2 races, unlike the usual 4 in this series. The reason for that is the next race was very action packed, and I wanted to show you all the action because it was so fun. across the line, and well, we finished around about, what was that, like P7, P8? Not too bad, could be better. Next race now, this run, very, very fun. I had so much fun. Not as good a start as last time, and well, everyone else getting a much better start than me. Or was it than I? We'll stick with than I. We have a car on the left, so I'm gonna stick it on the inside, and that's exactly what I do. Lock on the inside, little look on the car in front, can't quite get it, so we just slip onto the inside. I know the spotter said that it's clear on the left. I didn't really trust him though, so I had a little look for myself twice. Through here, cold tyres, a little bit wider than I wanted, but it's all fine. We got told about an instant behind. I don't really care about instants behind me because, after all, I'm not going backwards, I'm going forwards. In here, I'm just looking for positions now. I'm being greedy and seeing how far I can get. So we do make it 3 wide, but I ultimately back out a little bit. I don't trust it through there to go 3 wide. Car still on the right hand side as we go through here, and the car in front and the car behind me, brilliant races. It was such a fun race with all the drivers in this race. Looking down the inside, I get alongside and I'm making my intentions very clear. A little lift just so that we both make it, and well, ultimately that lift has cost us a secured position. We've still got to fight for it. I know he said keep to the left, but I'm going to dive down the middle, make it 3 wide into turn 1, and both drivers, they've seemingly backed out, and that's an easy position for me. 2 cars in front now, P1 and P2. P2 decides to just look behind him. Not exactly the fastest way to go through a racetrack, but well, I won't complain. Easy position for me up now into P2. Flat out left-hander. And P3, he's right on my tail, he's in slipstream, he's going for it. His tyres now, they're warm. Looks for the right hand down the inside, gets the position ultimately. Initially I mean, I still on the inside for this corner, go for it. I hear he's on the right hand side. I keep the door a little bit open for him so he can go if he wants it to. Ultimately though, we keep the position. Through the right hander, a little bit of a wrong timed gear shift. I could never get the shift from gear 3 to gear 4 correct. In this car I don't actually know what the gear shift area is to get a nice shift from 3 to 4. Skipping all the way down here now, you can see they've caught up again. The slipstream very powerful on that long straight, so I dive down the inside, forcing him around the outside, and well, I do outbrake myself. As you can see, that loses me not 1 but 2 positions. That's right, 2 positions lost, and now I've got to make up those 2 again. Into the left-hander, I've now got the slipstream, and they go a bit wide. Being a bit on the left, he can't go on the outside, so he gets trapped behind him, and I just go straight through. Going on the dirt cost the person at the front just a little bit more time. Going through that corner, I put too much power on. I lose the rear end. I do keep it within the white lines, luckily, and I somehow stay in front. That does, though, compromise my exit, and so we're forced into a pretty unsatisfactory line. Somehow, though, staying out in front. Being in front, though, you don't get the slipstream. It's all about slipstream right here with these cars in rookie class. Down the inside, he's having a look, and I am trying my best. I keep it around the outside, and I keep the position. But position on the exit of the corner is not the position at the end of the straight. Long straight here, 3 wide, these two drivers on my left and on my right, they've both got the slipstream, they've got extra speed. I'm making it 3 wide, I keep 1 position, but I do ultimately lose one position. So I don't fall down 2, I just fall down 1. Now I've got the slipstream though, so I'm looking for a position, easy gain. Look at that. Very nice. Following a car through that corner felt so nice. This corner though, this is where I was making all the positions. That is the place to go on Summit Point. Slipstream right down there on the inside of the right hander. Very easy, very nice. And through here though, you can hear the tyres screaming for their lives as we go through there. Just really not liking it, but they hang on as we go through. The main thing to worry about is the gearbox. If you have a look, I'm not using the clutch at all. I'm doing what's called money shifting. It's called money shifting because it is very well known for damaging the gearbox and making you buy a new one, which is not cheap. Hence the money part of money shifting. Anyway, next lap, and we don't have slipstream. I dive it down the inside. Well, I go for the inside, making him go the long way around the corner, braking a whole lot later. I don't outbrake myself this time. He gets the positioning slightly wrong, but he does ultimately get the inside on the exit as I get drifting out to the outside naturally. That's just the line that I took. But I now have the inside of this corner and he backs out. I keep it flat out, foot pinned to the floor, and through we go. Cutting up a few laps later now. You can see we've got a different driver behind me, and well, onto this long back straight, flat out through the final corner. We don't have slipstream, so we have to defend. Going nowhere. We're trying to defend on the outside. Of course, it's so early in the straight that he's caught up. There's no hope of defence. He's just got the slipstream. He's going to overtake. And I was bagging on going around the outside here because I couldn't move over. So around the outside, we make a little love tap. That's brought the car behind us closer as we slow down to not spin him out. And, well, that's brought this battle from a 1-car battle to a 3-car battle. And, well, slipstream down the inside of this right-hander here. I said I loved this corner for overtaking, and you can see just how easy it was to overtake there. It's completely helpless as you get such a speed difference. It was so nice to get the overtake done, but if the overtake was done on you, it was just helpless. A really mixed bag, but that's what every overtake feels like. I think next lap, as you can see, I'm having a lot of issues with the gearbox. Just going from gear 3 to gear 4 wasn't nice. Ultimately, the car behind doesn't want to go for the overtake, which felt pretty nice. Didn't have to worry about him, and I just could focus on the car in front. Now though, I have the slipstream, and you know what that means. I'm faster. He's not defending on the inside, so I make my intention very nice and early, very publicly going for the inside. I go for the inside, a little bit of an oversteer moment, a little bit of counter steering just to go straight. I block the inside a little bit. I'm, of course, going to leave a car's width because this is racing. I'm trying to be clean after all. He backs out once again. I don't know why he's backing out. He could very easily try and force me to change my line, change my approach. Because if he's by my side, I can't just push him off. But he decided to back out. I don't blame him, but I do blame him for this, though. Tapping my rear end and sending both of us into the gravel. I slam it into gear 1 and away I go instantly. Twitch chat was going, that was such a quick recovery. I do stream these live on Twitch, so go follow me there, link in the description. As you see, a couple of laps later, Just getting a very skittish moment there as we go straight on. Managing not to get a loss of control point, but I do get a off-track point, accident point. So there is once again 2 cars behind me and 1 lap left of the race. I go down the inside here. I don't want anyone to overtake me. In hindsight, I do think that what you've just seen there was 2 moves, was a bit blocking, was a bit of weaving. No one complained though, it's all fine. Down the straight, here we go. 2 cars got slipstream, 1 car's on my side, and what am I going to do? Dive it around the outside. A lot of faith has been put on the car on the inside, but somehow I pull it off, and that is an amazing overtake from me if I don't blow my own bubble there. Around the outside of turn 1. And now I'm just keeping it flat out around the outside, trying to keep all of my tyres within the white lines. And well, you can see I'm still in front somehow. The slipstream really not doing what the car behind would want it to do. Very, very careful into this next corner. I do not want to spin. I do not want to go off. It is the final lap. Little bit off a misplacement of my car riding the curb, a very high curb there. Didn't want to ride it. Same with that one. And this next corner here, I go for the inside. He's got the slipstream behind me. I can't do anything about that. I do try and cut the car behind me off though. I think, alright, I'm just going to slipstream him. I'm going to overtake him before the start finish line. That's the only thing I can do to keep the podium in this race. Being taken out and still getting a podium would be so good. As you can see, I'm gaining, but it's not enough. And I've got to settle for P4.
Alright, there's the checkered flag.
Now, P4 is good and all.
Very good job.
But what if you could get P2 from being spun out, from going in the air? Catch me next week when we do just that.